Hello, welcome to the Tasty Finger channel. And today you will find out what distinguishes a cheap schnitzel from an expensive one. Why do so many people around the world love schnitzel? Where did it come from? And what exactly is schnitzel? Let's get started. We will begin cooking with a simplified version of this schnitzel. In fact, with such a small pile of ingredients, you will need only 4 to prepare chicken schnitzel. And we will start with unpacking the meat. To prepare a tasty and juicy schnitzel, you need fresh chicken breast. Remove any excess pieces of meat from the breast and slice it as shown in the video, but not all the way through. The chicken breast should be sliced so that it opens up like a butterfly. Now we need a powerful mallet to pound this breast. Next, we pour some flour into a plate. Set the flour aside and take a new plate for the eggs. We break 3 eggs into the plate. The eggs should be lightly salted. Then we whisk everything together with a fork. So, schnitzel. It sounds like something ordinary, breaded and fried in a pan, then served on a plate. But it has 1,000 years of evolution behind it. The first mentions of similar dishes date back to the 12th century in Italy. There it was called cotelletta alla milanese, if I pronounced that correctly. It was a veal with a bone in breading, fried in oil or fat. Delicious? Absolutely. But back then, it was a dish for the rich. Ordinary people crunched on dry bread separately. By the way, for our schnitzel, we only need salt and pepper, because the true taste of the meat should be felt. And about 7 centuries later, in the 19th century, Field Marshal Radetzky from Austria, with a passion for delicious food, brought the idea from Italy to Vienna. As you can see, there's nothing complicated in preparing schnitzel. We cut the meat in flop, dip it in the beaten egg, then coat it in breadcrumbs and fry it in the pan. As for the origin of schnitzel, it turned out it first appeared in Italy in the 12th century. It wasn't until the 19th century that it appeared in Vienna, where it became the Wiener Schnitzel, and it became a national pride. There's a saying that fits this dish: all Chinese is simple. Meat, egg, breadcrumbs. It's simple and exquisite. Schnitzels should be fried in a large amount of oil, and for a chicken it's about 3 minutes on each side. The oil should be heated to approximately 180 degrees. We placed the fried schnitzel on a paper towel to absorb excess oil. Now we slice some vegetables, because what interests us more is not what Field Marshals ate, but what we eat here and now, with the money we have in our pockets, or with the money we don't have. Nevertheless, schnitzel is quite a budget-friendly dish. Well, the sliced vegetables, mashed potato sides, or even sauces are additional options. By the way, we were suggested to make a video about schnitzel a while ago by our regular viewer Mikola, for which we are immensely grateful, because it is truly a very delicious dish. After cutting the vegetables, we add the mashed potatoes. And now our schnitzel with the side is ready. Now it's time to taste. Just look how beautiful it looks. And it costs relatively little. A crispy and appetizing crust with breadcrumbs, and inside tender, juicy and very tasty meat. Personally, we think ketchup pairs wonderfully with this dish, because without it just doesn't compare. Also, this is not just a dish, it's a memory from childhood, from the cafeteria or even from grandma's kitchen. For this dish we give it a 9 out of 10. Now let's move on to preparing a more expensive version of schnitzel. In fact, schnitzel has many variations and can even be made with pork. So, for this version we are using pork loin, And of course, there will be many interesting twists we will add to this schnitzel. First, let's toast some bread. And if by chance you don't have a grill, you can do this in the oven. In our case, we toast the slices of bread on both sides. Then we toss the toasted slices into a food processor. Chop them up and get a wonderful toasted breadcrumb mixture that even has a slight smoky aroma. Again, we need 3 eggs, to which we add cream. Just like in the first version, we mix it all together. Done. Now let's move on to the pork line. Time to unpack. Here too, the meat needs to be sliced butterfly style. First, make a cut that doesn't go all the way through, moving about 2 centimeters in, and then cut a piece off. And just like in the first version, we need to be pounded. Don't forget to flip the meat and pound it on both sides. Season the meat with salt and pepper on both sides as well. Next, we coat the meat in flour. And here we almost forgot to salt and pepper the other side of the meat. After the flour, we dip the meat into the egg and cream mixture. Then, after the egg, we coat the meat in what you might call our craft breadcrumbs. We place a pan with oil on the stove and heat it to 180 degrees. Then we lay the meat in the pan and fry the schnitzel for 4 minutes on each side, specifically for the pork. Just look how appetizing it already looks. We place the cooked schnitzel on a paper towel to absorb any excess oil. We garnish the schnitzel with edible flowers and microgreens. But that's not all. The highlight of this schnitzel will be a truffle sauce. By the way, in Germany they particularly enjoy eating schnitzel with a truffle sauce. Also in Germany, schnitzel is often served with a slice of lemon. For decoration, we slice a couple of lemon wedges and place them on top of the schnitzel. We slice cherry tomatoes, cucumbers and mushrooms. And here's our fancy schnitzel ready. Just look how super gourmet it is. But does it live up to its gourmet looks in terms of taste? That's something we need to find out. First, the schnitzel is drizzled with fresh lemon juice. And then meat cuts very easily. And we must definitely taste it with the truffle sauce. Well, in terms of taste, we rate this schnitzel 11 out of 10. And that's a solid rating. Tender, juicy meat combined with truffle sauce in something akin to a delicacy. Have you ever tasted schnitzel? Let us know in the comments. Which schnitzels do you really like? Please support us with your like, subscription or a nice comment. We really put a lot of effort into this for you. That's all for now. Thank you for watching. Bye everyone.